Very good morning, students. So today we are starting with our second animal, that is the Paramecium chordatum. So Paramecium chordatum is also belonging to the phylum Protozoa, as this is a very small animal. Proto means small and zoa means animal. So these are also present in fresh water. Paramecium chordatum is commonly known as the slipper animal because the shape of this animal is very comparable to a slipper. Secondly, this animal has got a very large number of cilia, which you can see in the diagram. These are small protrudings from the outermost layer of the paramecium which help in movement. So it has got a large number of cilia which are helping in the movement in water. So the paramecium is swimming with the help of cilia. Now the question is that which is the outermost layer of Paramecium chordatum? So here it is not the plasma membrane, but we have got another typical membrane which is called as pellicle in Paramecium. So pellicle is the outermost layer in which these cilia are embedded. Inside the pellicle we have got the plasma membrane. Now coming towards the inside of the paramecium, we have got the cytoplasm. This cytoplasm has got two nuclei. So Paramecium chordatum has got two nuclei as compared to one in the case of amoeba protease, which we have discussed earlier. So here we have got two nuclei, but the nuclei are not of the same size. So one nucleus is bigger than the other. So the bigger nucleus is called as macronucleus and the smaller nucleus is called as micronucleus. Now here in this case in paramecium, as we have seen in amoeba also, we have a large number of food vacuoles. So you can well see these are the food vacuoles. So these are filled with food. This diagram shows a typical paramecium. So here you can see the cilia which are present all over the body, but the cilia at the posterior end, here the cilia are bigger in size. So they are larger in size, and this part is called as caudal tuft. So this is the group of cilia. Tuft is a group. So this is a group of cilia which are larger in size. Now after cilia we have got the outer layer which is called as the pellicle. So this is the layer in which the cilia are embedded. Now coming inside, now here we have the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is evenly divided, ectoplasm and endoplasm. There are two kinds of nuclei. One is the macronucleus and second is the micronucleus. So macronucleus is bigger in size as compared to the micronucleus. So here they perform different functions. All the metabolic functions, they are performed by macronucleus. It can be respiration, it can be breathing, it can be digestion, it can be any kind of function. So that will be performed by macronucleus. And the micronucleus, it is only and only controlling the reproduction. So the function of the two are also different. Now after nucleus we have got two contractile vacuoles. So this is the contractile vacuole number 1, and here we have the second contractile vacuole. So these are 2 in number. In amoebae we have large number of contractile vacuoles, but here in paramecium the number of the contractile vacuoles is fixed, it is 2. Now these contractile vacuoles, they are of typical shape in case of paramecium. So as you can well see, the shape of the contractile vacuole is star shaped. So they are star shaped, and the function of contractile vacuole is the very same as in the case of amoeba. It is gathering the extra water which is coming inside the body and throwing it out. So contractile vacuoles, they are functioning in osmoregulation. Now after this we have a large number of food vacuoles. So these green colored vacuoles, these are the food vacuoles. So this is one of the vacuole, this is another vacuole. So how they are formed, how the paramecium is eating the food, so that will be discussed on later. So that was the typical structure of paramecium. Now here we have the oral groove. Oral groove refers to the incoming canal from which the food is coming inside the paramecium. So you can see 3 food particles, they are coming towards the paramecium. Now what is the mechanism? It will be taken up later. And here you can see a particular pore which is called as anal pore. So this can be considered as the anus of the paramecium. In case of amoeba we don't have any kind of anal pore. Now here it is also called as cytoproct. So this is the outpore of the paramecium. This is also fixed. So in paramecium, in comparison to amoeba, we have got something which are fixed in number. First of all, we have fixed number of nuclei. This is 2 in number, one macro and one is micro. We have got fixed number of contractile vacuoles. This is 2 in number, and we have got fixed outpores of these vacuoles. So the contractile vacuoles, which are 2 in number, they are opening on the dorsal side of the paramecium. This particular diagram shows 5 or 6 paramecia which are live streaming in the water. So here this is the first paramecium, and it has got a very typical nucleus. This is the nucleus of the paramecium. So this is the macronucleus. So here again you can see the nucleus of the second paramecium. This is again a macronucleus. In the second diagram you can very well see, this is a magnified image of a paramecium. You can see the cilia, the number of cilia which are present in paramecium. So these are huge in number. So that was all about the basic structure of paramecium chordatum.